honestly, but just from tuning it up, welcome. The Donner DST Strat Style 400. Why the 400? I was looking at a few of them online, and I'm looking here at the DST-400. I'm looking at some of the gear it comes with, gig bag. It's coming with a strap. It's coming with a cable. And so what were the reasons? I looked at a bunch of them, you know, why any of these guitars? They're all affordable. Well, you know, Donner's been making some guitars for a while. It says on the backplate, established 2012. And so the things that interested me about the DST-400 was the 2-point trim. Specifically, I wanted to get one with that. And that was pretty much the one thing. I mean, the other ones, they have good packages with kind of amps and all of that, but I didn't really, I definitely don't need more stuff in those. So we're looking at kind of their marketing, the vintage style tuners, the older body, the body curve. So you're looking at, what are we comparing it to? We're comparing it to a Squire or something like this, you know what I mean? Like, I do like this part. They're showing you the pickup configuration. That push-pull pot on the third tone, that is going to put you from humbucker into single mode. That's only going to be effective on the bridge because the bridge is a humbucker, the other two are singles. So I like that they give you a little chart, especially, you know, you're just starting out. It kind of shows you, and even for someone who's been playing a while, it's nice to have a reminder. So, you know, I looked at all of this marketing, and then I was like, you know what, why not give it a try? The price is right. In my mind, I'm comparing this to a Squire. I'm comparing this to a Court guitar, J. Tercer, SX from Rondo Music, you know, or any other Strat style guitar you might see on like an Amazon type site. You know, I've seen a few reviews on other people's Donners, and so I ordered one 2 days later. My first impression taking it out of the box, looks really nice. You can see the grain here on the wood. It's looking pretty nice. It's a really nice finish. Pick guard, kind of a white off-whitey type deal. Humbucker single. 2-point tremolo. That's something I was really interested when I saw this. And I wanted to see how that works. I don't use the tremolo much, but I really was interested to see how that would work. You know, everything about this, you look at it and you see a Stratocaster, right? And so, I just read some really good things on about, in terms of some of the, finer points they put on the thing. They don't tell you a lot, like they don't tell you much about the neck in terms of the radius or the width or anything. But they told you the tuners are at 18:1 ratio. They seem to be the vintage style where you put the tuners, stick them down into the head, into the peg, and roll them around. So those look good. We'll see how those work. You know, I like the headstock. You know, with these Fender copies, you know, sometimes the headstocks can look a little goofy, and the headstock's fine. And I like that the way they've written their Donner logo. It's very faint. You can see it here because I'm closing up, but the way it looks, it's kind of has a grayness to it, so it kind of disappears there, so you don't really focus on it too much. The frets look good. The dot inlays look decent. They seem to look decent to me. I mean, this is it seems to be a good looking guitar, and this is really adorable right here. they give you a little chord chart. So if you're a beginner, this is perfect. They give you a little chord chart right there. You make some chords, bam, bam, bam. I think that's great. Some of the accessories, and I think this is another winner on this, is the accessories. Cable. You know, you're going to need a cable for your guitar. Little Allen key to probably adjust your truss rod. Make some adjustments. And then the whammy bar, the little bar for it. And then you got a little strap there. So honestly, between all the things you get for the price I paid, again, like $160, and it got shipped to my door, everything included, that's a really fantastic price. Now, I've gotten an SX guitar before. I did a review on the SX Furion. It's kind of a Nashville copy. It came with a gig bag like this one, because this is another accessory I just wanted to talk about really quickly. But I wouldn't use that. You know, the one that came with the SX was not quality. It was more of a dust cover. Would not use it. This, that's a quality gig bag. Is it the greatest one in the world? I don't know, but it's really solid. It's real backpack. That's a solid. If you paid like $30 for that, you'd be like, that's a solid gig. You know, I'd pay some money for that if I really needed that. I was going to take it. So I'd say that adds value. It's not just something that's there to say, hey, we added a gig bag. It's actually a solid gig bag. So, you know, kudos to Donner for being able to put all this package together for some affordable price. I looked at a lot of their packages, and some of them came with amps and tuners and stuff, but I have so many of those things, you know, that I wouldn't call myself a beginner guitarist, even though this would be a lovely package for a beginner. And then, you know, I'm gonna plug it in and see how it plays and see how I feel about it, and and then I'll make kind of decisions about the fit and how it plays and all of that. So let's get into it. Staying in tune is the first thing to me. Okay, and then the neck has to be nice, and then after that, the components. But again, the components are things that are changeable. So, you know, at the price range you're looking at, you can buy individual components for the price of this entire guitar. So components can be one of those things where if you are very shrewd and you shop, you can get ones that are affordable but decent quality. You can get ones that are expensive. So that game can kind of be a wider pool of how much you put into it afterwards. But that being said, if you're just using this just as a beginner and this is the only instrument you have, this is a great instrument. I mean, for the price, it's phenomenal. Like, it's a fantastic quality. Because again, the price, it matters and it doesn't. It's what do you get for the price? Is the quality good? The quality is fantastic. For example, if this had a Squire on the headstock and you charged me $300 to $400 for it, I'd say that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, the way that the name brand guitars, the amount they cost now, I go to the shop and the classic Vibe Squires are like in the 500s now. You know, so I mean, they're still good guitars, so it's kind of worth it. I mean, unfortunately, I hate to say that, but you know, if I spend $500, if it works, if it stays in tune and it's well set up, then it's worth it. But for a third of the price now, at $150, and it's shipped to your door, and you get a gate bag, you get a cord, and you get you get the cord, the gate bag, and the whammy, whatever, you know. So and the gate bag, those are valuable things to get all rolled into the price of $160. So you have to look at all of that, and then you think, wow, that's really good. So that being said, let's get nitpicky. So the things that I would, the negatives, it's not really a big deal, but I'd say the bridge, the saddles, they're a little bit sharp, the adjustment pegs. So you can even feel them now. I can feel them now. They're very sharp. So when you're brushing across and picking and playing, you can feel those. And then there's some inconsistency in the knobs. So the volume knob's very stiff, but they kind of get progressively lighter. Where the tone knob for the bridge, that one's really nice. It feels really nice. But then this one is very stiff. And so if they were all as consistent as that, then that would be a nicer playing experience. So that might be something to look into. Positives, like I said, I think pickups are a little bit overrated because when you're a beginner, you don't really, I didn't notice when I first started playing, I didn't notice pickup quality because you don't have anything to compare it to. So pickups only really matter if you can compare it to other guitars right then and there. But if it's the only guitar you have, it doesn't really matter. That being said, if I do compare it to the ones I have, they're decent. Like, they're nice. You know, they sound good. They sound clear. They're articulate. I hear the principal note. That's really what I'm looking for. Just does the principal note sound really nice? And I'd say it does. It has a real nice, clear sound. All of them, the neck, middle position, bridge, they all sound good. When you put it through distortion, sounds cool. You're having fun. You're playing guitar. And so, you know, if you're trying to save some money on getting an affordable guitar, or you want a backup guitar, I'd say it's very nice, very well set up, and you know, I buy guitars expecting to have to set them up because it's rare that you will get a guitar that plays decently as that you order online. Maybe not. I mean, it depends on who you are. That'll play the way you like. They'll play fine, but the way you in particular like, you'll probably have to make some adjustments. But I haven't adjusted this in any way, and it's fine. I mean, it doesn't come with the gauge of strings that I like, but that's a personal preference, and there's nothing you can do about that. You can't have a personal preference as a choice of strings on a guitar that's affordable. So that's not a negative at all. So yeah, you know, and with all those things being said, you know, it's definitely a thumbs up. Go for it. I don't think you'll be disappointed, especially with the return policies as they are and the affordability. Yeah, you can go to Donner's website and pick one up. There's a link in the description, so you can go check them out, and then you can kind of compare their other models too, which are, you know, I'd be interested in hearing anybody else's experience if you played a Donner yourself and what your experience is, or if you have played any of the other guitars on Amazon. I'm part of a group on Facebook that's guitars under $250. So basically, you know, things within that price range. If you find anything that you think is a good price within that range, then definitely definitely get in the comment section and just kind of give a shout out to any of those so that I can kind of take a look at those and look more into them and see if they're worth reviewing. So thanks so much, and hopefully you find an axe that you really love. Thanks for watching.